Hello, good evening, and you're welcome to Prime Sports with me, Razak Musbau. And let's get to the camp of Real Tamale United now, because players today boycotted preseason training over unpaid salaries dating back to March of this year. The players communicated that they will return to training only if debts are paid. The salaries of technical team and management have also gone unpaid for the past 5 months. Meanwhile, the club's communications director, Say Mubarak, told Joy Sports that the club is working around the clock to resolve all arrears.
On Monday, there was an issue or a statement that the board actually came out with in consultation with the management and the technical team, telling the entire support base that the club was going to start training yesterday in the morning. And so yesterday, the technical team led by the new coach, Babanu Malam, and a few of the supporters and management members were at the Aliu Muhammad Sports Stadium to welcome the players. Unfortunately, there was no show by the players. I think they have their own platform, and unanimously, after they heard of the news of their return to training, they also decided that they wouldn't actually come until their entitlement.
Hold on. Just before you proceed, you said after the players heard the news of returning to training, are you suggesting that management and technical team did not communicate to the players before releasing that statement?
Yeah, I think there was a meeting. Like I said, the board had a meeting with the technical team and also consulted management on this particular issue. But even before that, the coach, after he was announced as the new coach of the club, had taken all contacts of players in the club to communicate to them about his new position and his, way forward, trying to meet them. And so we are quite aware that he's spoken to about 80% of the players, to fix a date when they will actually return. In fact, he had communicated that Tuesday was an ideal day for them to start training. And so we were quite sure of their return to training yesterday, only to go and then see no player at the pitch. So that is
what were the reasons? What were the reasons picked up by management of the decision of the players not to show up? What reasons did the players give?
Well, the players basically are saying that they have their entitlement not paid. I think since March, when philanthropic gestures came from Mr. Ibrahim Mahama and then the MP for Bishebu, Honorable Alassane Tampoli.
Yes.
Management have not been able to pay them. I think even when the season ended, they were expecting that we could give them something before they depart to their respective venues. Unfortunately, that never materialized because we didn't have much money in our coffers to give to the players. So they were expecting also that we could communicate to them, we could give them something before they return. One of the key factors, and also, let me say, observation management made to the report to the board was the fact that we were expecting this, and so we mentioned it as a matter of urgency, the board to raise money for the players to return. But they are unable to do that. I know the hard times. I know how they are doing everything under their powers to, settle these issues. But as it stands now, that has not happened.
It's after you heading into another Premier League season and relying on philanthropic gestures to play their competitions.
Yeah, we have always said that if monies are there, we can't keep the money because we need to use the money, the purpose in which it was brought to us. And so before even the season ended, we had no money in our coffers to give to players, technical team, or even management. We are aware of the arrears, 3 months arrears, about 5 bonuses, 3 of them which are winning bonuses, and 2 which are draw bonuses. And of course, we're talking about their signing on fees as well. So it is not just any small amount. It's huge. And so we've been pushing the board, and they have also not been relenting on their efforts. They've been struggling and trying to find a way to settle this particular issue because they themselves, they are quite aware that majority of these players, have their livelihood on football. And so if you don't settle them, it's difficult to convince them to return to training. So we're looking forward to that. What I am hearing this afternoon is the fact that the new coach is almost convincing them just to hold a meeting with them this afternoon, not to train, but to hold a meeting with them this afternoon to find a way to settle this.
So do you have timelines? Do you have timelines of when payment is expected to be made and when the players are expected to return for pre-season?
Yeah, yesterday when the issue came up, we had to go to the board chairman, Alaji Sabana. We spoke to him and we called a few of the board members who were around. They drove to the regional office to meet the regional minister, who is the patron, to put this before him. For now, I'm unable to tell you the outcome of that meeting, but we're hoping that by close of today or tomorrow, we should get some positive news, and that has to do with getting some money to call these players.
Say Mubarak speaking to my colleague Muftau Nabila earlier today on Sports Today. Now, the 2022 League Clubs Association GHALCA tournament made it to return today after a long absence. 6 teams will compete for honors in a new look format which abandons the more popular top 4 editions. Now, speaking to Joy Sports, Public Relations Officer for GHALCA, Patrick Akoto, says the organization of the tournament has been smooth and it's purely intended to help teams prepare for next season.
Well, according to plans, we've had meetings with the clubs. They are very much committed to this competition. They understand that the pre-season is good for them, so they will engage in these high-profile friendly matches to check team cohesion, to check tactical variations ahead of the new season. And for teams that will go and participate in Africa, this should be a fantastic platform to build your team ahead of the Africa journey. So we are very much in sync and grateful to these 6 clubs: Mediama, Carrera United, Great Olympics, Bekum Chelsea, and of course Accra House of Folk are heavily involved in this whole kabudo. So we are happy about it. But I mean, what we have in our books is what we call the GHALCA competition. There is nothing like top 4. The nomenclature top 4 came about because in the past we had 4 slots. In
Africa, yes.
Yes, we do recall. We had 4 slots, and the first, second were going to Champions League, and the third and fourth were representing us in the CAF Confederations Cup. That scenario has changed because our performance has plummeted over the last couple of years. And so the winner of the FA Cup automatically represents the country in the CAF Confederations Cup. And since the essence of this whole off-season competition is to prepare teams for Africa, we thought it wise to rob in House of Folk, which is also going to compete in Africa. And all the clubs agreed. They are all happy about it. So there should be no challenges at all. We have had some few issues in the boardroom, but we are very, very happy with the commitment level of these teams. And kudos, GHALCA is very grateful. The welfare body is very grateful to these clubs that have agreed to participate and play in this competition. They understand that the vibrancy of the welfare body is in their interest. It's extremely important, and they will not allow such a fantastic initiative to collapse.
In terms of the spectatory expected, do you think it has been sold enough to the people? And
it can always be better. But you see, let me tell you one thing. The members of GHALCA who have agreed and are committed to this particular G6 are not overly focusing on money. They do recognize that even if the G6 do not take place, they will still get involved. They will still be involved in preseason. They will still travel outside of their jurisdictions to play preseason. It is the reason why, as we speak today, Mediama is in Tema, Carrera is in Accra for preseason. Bekum Chelsea has been in Kumasi. They've now moved to Accra. Okay, House of Folk are here. Olympics are here. So they do understand and recognize that even if there is no off-season called the G6, they will still go out there and do preseason and, of course, play a series of friendly matches. But they believe that it is in the interest of all of us that we keep the association afloat, we keep the vibrancy on, and it is important that they get these events on the ground. It's the reason why we are playing this competition, for the technical aspects of it, so that these teams will be able to build their team and then get these fantastic friendly matches. Mediama, House of Folk is always such a massive show and that will happen on Sunday here at Accra Sports Stadium. Today's another blockbuster one, Accra Great Olympics, Bechem United. We saw Bechem last season, what they did in the FA Cup against us in the finals. Midiama is playing against another formidable team, Chelsea, tomorrow at this same venue. It continues on Saturday, on Sunday, next week, Wednesday and Thursday, and then we conclude by the 28th of this month. So it can always be better, but we are grateful as a welfare body. The clubs are extremely grateful that we have gotten this event off the ground, and that's most important.
So that game between Great Olympics and Bechem United ended 5-4 in favor of Bechem United on penalties. And Midiama and Bechem Chelsea will play tomorrow, 3 p.m. at the Accra Sports Stadium. Now, the Ghana Football Association and Rana Motors have introduced the official match ball career program for the FIFA World Cup in Qatar. The official match ball career is a platform for teenagers to take step one onto the pitch, carrying the match ball alongside the two nations in a stadium. Rana Motors, in collaboration with the GFA, will select a child in the country between the ages of 10 to 14. Interested boys or girls are to contact their regional football association workplaces for additional particulars. Now, to the camp of the Black Galaxies, because they will be traveling tomorrow to Austria for a four-nation tournament. The home-based players will face the senior national teams of World Cup host Qatar, Jamaica, and Morocco. The preparatory games is to put coach Anna Walker's side in good shape for the CHAN qualifier against Nigeria.
They are all in the World Cup. I mean, Qatar is in the World Cup. It's a host, and they don't want to just be a passenger host. They want to show something. That's why they saw Ghana as a very major opportunity for them to test their skills. So I think all the teams are key to showcasing what they are made up of, and it's very, but they are all very important teams. We are not going to relax until we overcome Nigeria. I know they are very serious about us, given the history. We have a very long history of Ghana always trying to sit on their happiness, and the history hasn't ended. The history will continue. We will repeat history, inshallah. But we also know that Nigerians are a very dangerous side. They are angry and they are hungry. They didn't go for the World Cup, and the only strength they are hanging on to is the CHAN, and they will stop at nothing. And therefore, we are also motivated to do what we do best. So let's pray for the national, the Black Galaxies, and let's support them. Let's do whatever we can. The boys are very committed. The technical team is very committed. Everybody at FA is determined to ensure that we move on. And I believe the ministry is also extremely determined to push things forward.
That Cucurella note would draw the curtains on today's edition of Prime Sport. With me, Razak Musbau. Head to all our socials on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, Joy Sports, and keep the conversation going there. And also for more sport, head to my Joy Online /sports. You have a wonderful evening, but up next is PM Express. Stay tuned.